Welcome to the webinar on launch of new range of ASUS laptops with built-in AI capabilities. I would like to thank each and everyone for joining this session, taking time out of your busy schedule. So I'll just go through the basic agenda. Just hold on a second. Just one second. So this is the agenda. All right. So basically, Gopinath, who's the regional sales manager of ASUS for the West, he would be, taking us through the introduction, and then after that, Mr. Dinesh Sharma, who's the senior vice president channels, and Rohit, who's the tech expert on the ASUS line of products, would be briefing us on the all the products of ASUS, and then we'll have a question and answer session on 4:15 to 4:25, and then we'll close. So this is about the agenda. So I would like Rohit and Dinesh to take over from here and present. I'll just stop sharing my screen from here.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Gopinath, would you want to give any preamble before we start from our side out here? Or,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Gopinath. I take care of the sales operations for ASUS for Pune plus rest of Maharashtra. So warm welcome to all the participants over here, and a very big thank you for taking out your valuable time for attending this webinar on Inception and ASUS. So I promise that it will be a very informative session from us. And talking about our speakers, we have very distinguished speakers. So we have Mr. Dinesh Sharma, who's our Vice President for Commercial Products and Smartphones. So he'll be taking us through the trends in the IT industry. He'll be talking about ASUS AI-based PCs and so on. And to support him, we have Rohit. So Rohit is our technical product head from ASUS, who will be supporting us for the session. So I think without wasting much time, I'll hand over to Dinesh, who will take us to the rest of the sessions. What's over to you?
Thank you, Gopinath. So first of all, thank you very much, for spending your very, very valuable time, for this particular session. At ASUS, we deeply appreciate, you taking out this particular time for this particular session. So what we're going to do is, over the next, 1 hour or so that we have, we'll be quickly spending about 10 to 15 minutes to give you a very quick introduction about, who we are and a perspective about what ASUS is doing in India. And thereafter, we would actually get to the core topic for today's session, which is about AI PCs. And, it is, there are many tech changes which happen during the time period that we spend on technology. And some of these technology changes are essentially fads. They do not actually sustain in the ecosystem. But there are some changes, which are quite momentous. They are orbit-shifting changes which happened. Some of the examples that I would like to state out here are changes like, when iPhones were introduced or when Android smartphones were introduced. They completely changed the way we interact and use tech today. The similar kind of a change and similar kind of a revolution is coming up on the AI side of the ecosystem. And just before we get to the whole discussion, the reason why we believe this is not a fad, but it's an orbital shift and a change which is here to sustain and stay, is because you look at every single component of the ecosystem, whether it is as fundamental as processor, operating system, applications, servers, every single aspect of the IT ecosystem that today exists, or even on the smartphone side. I'm not counting smartphones and the entire operating system play as well as application play which we have on smartphones. Every single aspect of the ecosystem is moving towards AI. And therefore, when the whole ecosystem gets together to support a shift in functionality, a shift in application framework, it is something which is here to stay, and it is only going to accelerate as we move forward. So which is why, being ahead of the curve or being on top of the curve as far as AI is concerned is going to be extremely important for all of us. So that's what we believe, and we are at a cutting edge. We are a company which is at the cutting edge of technology, and why we are what we are and what we bring as a proposition and as a value addition to all of you is something that what we are going to dwell into. So I'll just quickly start my presentation with this, initial sharing that I wanted to do, which was more relevant to the topic. Okay, I hope you can see my screen right now.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Thanks, Surya. Thanks a lot. So I'll just spend some time to give you a very, very quick perspective about ASUS. Okay. So first of all, at ASUS, we believe in being in search of incredible, and we have tremendous amount of R&D capabilities internally, which enable us to use the process of design thinking to create incredible products, services, and solutions. And that has enabled us to be at the cutting edge of IT technology. So within IT technology, within, let's say, the PC hardware ecosystem, making gaming laptops or desktops is being at the cutting edge of technology, because when you look at gaming, you have the most advancements happening out there, whether it is processing, whether it is thermals, whether it is display technology. And by leading the gaming tech space, we are always pushing the boundaries of technology ahead of others in the ecosystem, and that enables us then to bring those same set of advanced technologies to other products, which are regular, either used on the commercial side of the usage or used on the consumer side of the usage. Also, when it comes to the ecosystem, we are the #1 PC motherboard brand worldwide, and this again is one of the core fundamental components of the IT ecosystem. Whether it is servers, whether it is PCs, motherboards play a central role apart from the processor. And therefore, being the world's #1 motherboard company enables us to again have a front seat view of what are the new technologies which are being developed by the chipset vendors. We work with them at a very early stage of integration, and that helps us again, be at the cutting edge of technology. And also, we are a backward integrated company, therefore. So since being in motherboards, so we are not only making PCs, we are also backward integrated into manufacturing of motherboards as well. And of course, we started our journey more on the consumer PC side of the business. So we are already the top 3 consumer PC brand globally, and we are growing extremely fast on the enterprise side of the business as well. So what we bring to the table is #1, meaningful and incredible world-first innovations. And when we talk about the innovations, we don't talk about, just to kind of say I'm different, we are putting a feature. No, not like that. When we talk about innovation, we genuinely put in capabilities into our product, which make meaningful sense to the customers, and customers really use it and appreciate the kind of incredible innovations we actually bring to the table. Another very important aspect about us is that we always deliver incredible quality. And this is sacrosanct, within ASUS, whichever products we develop, we ensure that we maintain top class quality. And that is the very reason, later on in the presentation, we'll show you some couple of important, essential important logos that we have. And these customers are placing, repeat orders, and these are top companies in India who already started, using ASUS. And I'm sure from your own, own community, a lot of customers, a lot of consumers would be using ASUS. We are already a strong #2 brand in India in consumer PC space, so you will probably get some feedback about the quality from them as well. Third most important thing, and this is very, very important, for the commercial ecosystem or the enterprise ecosystem, is to deliver incredible solutions and services. For us in the enterprise space, service and solution, we feel is even more important than the product, because we don't want any of our, customer or ecosystem partners to have any kind of a issue internally, and then we are not able to solve it fast. That kind of situation should not arise, and therefore we are over-indexing, when it comes to service, and I'll talk about it a bit later. All of this results into a long-term incredible support, that we want to bring to the table for everybody, and that's what we are here for. We are here to bring the incredible to your organization and together to our business. And very quickly to summarize, so of course we are a Taiwanese company. We've got 30 plus years of expertise in the PC business. Number one in motherboards globally. Number one gaming PC brand. Number three consumer PC brand. We are number one consumer PC brand in APAC as well, excluding China and Japan, which essentially go for their own local brands more. We are number one gaming PC brand in India. We're strong number two consumer PC brand in India. We are also number one gaming smartphone brand globally as well as in India. And just to talk about ASUS Group briefly, so ASUS itself, ASUS Tech itself, we've got 15,000 plus employees, out of which 5,000 plus are actually in R&D department. I'm also happy to confirm that now our AI focused engineering workforce itself comprises of 1,000 plus engineers. So we've got 1,000 plus engineers who are already working on AI alone. And our group turnovers with ASUS and Pegatron put together, I think far exceed $60 billion now. And we've got about 1,400 support centers worldwide and presence in 200 plus countries. Our history has been about, passionately driving innovation. We are not scared to, kind of take risks, be first movers to the market and bring some cutting edge innovative products which make a big difference to the general market ecosystem, like bringing in dual screen laptops. We were the first one to do that, foldable screen laptops, etc. So, laptops which had a screen built into the trackpad. So multiple such kind of innovative features that we've been, working on from a long period of time. And coming to the product portfolio, we've got, of course, laptops, desktops, all-in-one, and on the other side of the ecosystem, we've also got, like motherboards, we've got IoT products, we've got also mini PC. We can also supply server components. So there are multiple products that we can actually, bring to the play to meet multiple needs that you may have in your organization. Of course, the gaming brand that we talk about is Republic of Gamers and TUF. There are two brands that we have in the gaming segment. When it comes to ASUS, we're one of the most awarded tech companies globally. In fact, in the recent Red Dot Awards, if you search online, probably we've swiped Red Dot Awards that just happened in 2024. Also, we are the most valuable brand out of Taiwan. So Interbrand, if you see on the left-hand side corner of the screen, Interbrand has valued us as the most valuable brand for more than 9 consecutive years, and Clarivate for more than 8 consecutive years. So we are the most valuable brand out of Taiwan. Also one of the best companies to work with. My colleague Rohit and I have both worked for ASUS for more than 8 years already. And coming from our backgrounds, like I worked with Samsung for a very long time, Vodafone for a very long time, I can definitely, kind of vouch this is one of the best companies to, work with as far as employees are concerned. And we've got very important and essential, ecosystem partnerships in place that really matter to serve the enterprise segment extremely well, whether it be Microsoft or Google for Chromebooks, Intel, AMD, NVIDIA, and also looking at OS ecosystem partners like Ubuntu or Endless on the Linux side of the ecosystem. We've also got very strong partnership on the security side of the ecosystem with both Absolute and McAfee. And also we work with Trellix very closely, okay, because the BitLocker ecosystem now on McAfee is being managed by Trellix, so we work with Trellix also very closely. So coming to ASUS India, more than 20 years of presence in India, and this is our corporate office in Mumbai. With our India focus being very high, today we've got a presence in more than 12,000 retail outlets. We've got more than 185 service centers, with which we cater to more than 13,700 PIN codes with on-site service. And we are also, India's fastest growing commercial PC brand right now. We are also very strongly committed to environment. We are the first Taiwanese company to receive the EPEAT Gold Award. A lot of the products carry a lot of green certifications. We are also committed to very high environmental, like goals in terms of reaching carbon net neutrality in our overall global operations. Now coming to the core commercial PC business, we've got ASUS Expert Series, which is a dedicated brand for enterprise customers, where we create a range of products which are meant for enterprise customers. And the ethos of our product range and the brand that we have, ASUS Expert Series, is your vision, our passion. So we strongly believe that PC is the key enabler of work today. And whether it be a CEO or a CTO or maybe even a management trainee of the organization, everybody is bringing a lot of passion to achieve the vision that they have for their organization, for their careers. And this is enabled by the usage of PCs. So we are very passionate of providing the right kind of products, solutions, and services to you to enable you to meet your vision. That is what we are working on. And why are we here? Like, what kind of difference do we make? We are here because we are very passionate, first of all, about PC as a category, and we are bringing the same passion and tech expertise that we built our a very strong business in the gaming PC business, or the consumer PC business, to the commercial PC business. So we are essentially bringing the same kind of cutting edge performance, security, endurance, connectivity, and ease of use functionality in a lightweight and compact factor to make our Expert series the perfect work tool. And not only have we used our design thinking in terms of making great commercial products or enterprise products and solutions, but we've also used that same design thinking to have the right kind of service and solution portfolio, okay, to give you that classic ASUS design thinking led incredible experience. And our key goals are that we want to be your best brand choice in commercial PC space, and that's the kind of standard that we want to achieve, that you say that this is the best brand to work with. And same thing, we want like Sohail to say that we are the most preferred partner brand, because we take care of his customers so well that he believes that this is the best brand to work with, and that can only be achieved with happiest partners and employees. And these are some of the key goals that we actually work on at our end. And definitely we offer leading technology, trustworthy quality, and solution oriented design. A lot of you may be wondering if Gartner is including ASUS now in their enterprise desktops and laptops guide. Yes, very much they are, and they're writing really good things about us. Obviously, highlighting the truth that we are relatively new to the market and we are making great inroads. And in a very short period of time in India itself, within the last few years, we made big inroads into a lot of very, very good, organizations, and they have trusted us, and they've continued to trust us, and they've continued to give us business. Happy to confirm, for example, in Pune, we've got the Bajaj Group, both the Bajaj Alliance, twin companies. They're placing a lot of trust on us, and they're doing very, very good business. And as we kind of, grow within the Pune market, we are really looking forward to your support to give us an opportunity to also work with you. And similarly, on private school side, like private colleges side, government institutions, a lot of customers have already placed that trust in India. We've also got featured with our Honorable Prime Minister, getting featured using our products in one of the smart classrooms in Gujarat. And thereafter, recently, post the Lok Sabha elections, we also had our Honorable Home Minister Amit Shah ji getting featured with our products. So you can see, like the quality that we offer is, like kind of getting us this kind of a placement for getting featured with such kind of very prestigious moments that happen out here. So coming to the product range, you've got Expert Books and Expert Center, and the core fundamentals of our products are innovation, which is meaningful innovation, reliability. Our entire range for enterprise and commercial customers is military grade 810H certified. But let me tell you one thing, our reliability goes much beyond military grade standards. So while we meet a lot of those out of 28 tests, 20 plus tests kind of things, but once I go through the products, you would realize that we actually exceed those, like kind of limits which have been set. We are very flexible. So when it comes to, like customizing the product, flexible in terms of a very large range of products that we offer, the kind of quantities we put on CTO, etc., we're quite flexible out there. And also, simplicity has been built into multiple aspects of functionality, on service, on solutions, to make the user's life extremely simple. So yeah, rock solid, reliability test, very strong commitment to durability. The kind of norms that we implement are very, very high standards. And because we are a backward integrated company, I didn't mention this in the presentation earlier, but in our group we also have a company called Pegatron. So the word ASUS actually comes from the word Pegasus. So we've got Pegatron in the group, which is one of the largest EMSs in the world. It's second largest EMS actually in the world for electronics. And then you have ASUS, part of Pegasus, ASUS, which is into the business that we are into. So we are, clearly, since we also are the largest motherboard manufacturer, we ensure that we use refined components, top quality components, into our products, have great solid construction and awesome internal testing. So, compared to the competition, like the kind of tests that our products go through are much more rigorous, and we are putting in more procedures in every segment of the laptop that we compete, with our competition against. And when it comes to security, which is very important, you will see that ASUS does not make any compromises on the hardware side enablement on security. So coming to stuff like TPM 2.0, or on the Chromebook side, we have, sorry, no, ZT is fine. I'm talking about the Titan C chip. Titan C or Titan C Plus chip, we have the trusted platform modules out there. Then we've got also vPro support if required out there. Coming to BIOS, we support self-healing BIOS. So when it comes to security, Sentinel lock, etc., is all standard, right? So when it comes to security, we ensure that we don't make any compromises. Majority of our range, like almost all the laptops on the Windows ecosystem, also supports RJ45 port, even some of the thinnest, lightest laptops, which are enable you to do your MAC binding. Webcam Privacy Shield is also standard. So what we ensure is that from a hardware perspective, we give you full enablement to implement the top level security that you want on the products. So coming to the range, large range of products, premium, essential, mid-range, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. So let's quickly get to the topic for which we are here for, which is to understand what are we doing on the AI PC side of the story, and not only just bringing you AI PCs, but one of the key questions that a lot of people ask is that, okay, fine, all this tech is there. What is the application? How do I actually kind of put this AI PC to use immediately? So I spoke about the fact that we've got a very large engineering team, R&D team, which is working on AI. So we'll also be talking about some of the key AI solutions that we would be bundling free of cost, okay, with our AI PC ExpertBook range. So the first product, that we would be, looking out here and talking about is essentially the ASUS ExpertBook P5. In fact, I would say you are among the first set of customers that we have in India who are actually getting a preview to this exciting range that we're going to be launching in India on 26th of November. So this is a kind of a preview for all of you. So the top end of our AI PC series is the ExpertBook P5. And as you can see here, this is not just a Copilot PC. It is a Copilot Plus PC. So there is a plus out here. So obviously it has much more functionalities on the Copilot ecosystem as compared to, let's say, a standard Copilot PC. Now, why does ASUS ExpertBook P5 get this Copilot Plus PC status is? Because when it comes to AI, do you have the slide on the architecture of the CPU? Yeah, right. Yeah, so let's go through here. So this particular product comes with the Lunar Lake CPU. Now, what we need to understand in terms of the Lunar Lake CPU is that till the 13th gen of Intel processors, or 13.5 gen of Intel processor, the Raptor Lake series, the processor, the SoC, essentially had two major components, which is the CPU and the GPU. So CPU does your sequential compute, okay, which is like more like an algorithm, logical, like sequential compute. And your GPUs do parallel compute. Your graphic processor units do parallel compute. Now, till 13th gen, on the processors, you only had a CPU and a GPU. From 14 Gen onward on Meteor Lake and Lunar Lake, what you get is an NPU, a neural processing unit as well. So now what a neural processing unit does differently is that it actually enables a neural network to be utilized for artificial intelligence applications to be actually utilized. The point is that when it comes to AI and the applications which will support AI, for example, let's take a simple application. Let's say a lawyer wants to refer to his cases which are relevant to a particular matter that he's currently working upon. So there is a company in India which is working on the solution on AI side, where all that the lawyer needs to do is set a context of the matter that he is working upon on that particular application. He'll just put the context, and all the relevant cases or judgments which would have happened in the past to that particular context that the lawyer has set in that particular application would be searched automatically, okay, on the machine, and it will be presented to the lawyer. Now, earlier, what in big law firms, what used to happen, this job used to be done by smaller interns, like junior level interns, and they would, kind of go through big books, case studies, etc., and kind of compile this for the senior advocate. But right now, this entire functionality would be taken care of by the application. Multiple other use cases are there. For example, automatic comparison of, let's say, two documents, etc. Now, much of this information that you would want to, kind of process might have data involved which is confidential to your organization. Now, it's not therefore always feasible for using non-AI PC products where this data goes to the cloud and then it gets processed on the cloud, and therefore the information actually moves out of a company closed walled garden ecosystem, and then it moves to the cloud, and then it gets processed and it comes back with an outcome. You would want that processing to happen on the endpoint within your ecosystem itself, and that is where getting PCs with AI capability is going to make a huge difference, because that data remains onto your machine itself. It doesn't actually go out of your endpoint. So that is one very, very important benefit. Second important benefit is that you will since AI is growing very, very fast, and AI servers require a lot of GPU processing power. Now the point is this, that the speed at which applications are growing and use cases are growing, it is very important that the ecosystem does not rely only upon the backend servers in the cloud, but the ecosystem needs to take care of doing some amount of AI processing at the endpoint level itself. And that is where, again, AI PCs would make a huge difference. They will help balance the load, and they will do a lot of tasks which can be done on the endpoint itself, and of course the latency would be much lower. Now, when it comes to the Lunar Lake processor, it is the top level Intel processor in terms of platform TOPS that you get. So TOPS full form is trillion operations per second. And when it comes to AI, the measurement of how strong or how powerful the processor is in terms of AI compute power is measured in terms of trillion operations per second. So when it comes to the NPU itself on Lunar Lake processor that we're building into the P5 product, it has got 47 TOPS, so 47 trillion operations per second. If you look at your 14 Gen Meteor Lake, if I'm not wrong, it's about 18 to 20, right? 11 TOPS on the NPU side. And when it comes to the total system TOPS on this Lunar Lake processor out here, this is 115 platform TOPS combining the CPU, the GPU, and the NPU together. And one more important aspect on the GPU in the Lunar Lake that I would like to talk about is the fact that here Intel has upgraded the GPU to Arc 2 graphics. So you've got standard Iris Xe graphics, which you see in 13 Gen. You will see Arc 1, like kind of, let's say Arc 1. It doesn't have a 1, but I'm saying Arc 1. Okay, graphic in probably Meteor Lake. And in the Lunar Lake processor, you're seeing Arc 2 graphics. So our understanding is that this Arc 2 graphics kind of gives you graphical processing power, which is almost equivalent to let's say a 4 GB VRAM graphic card. Now the good part, therefore, of this particular processor is that you are getting very high graphics performance, you are getting very high NPU performance and CPU performance. Plus, they have also integrated the RAM in this processor, and this processor is obviously manufactured by one of the top fabs in the world. In fact, it is manufactured by the #1 fab in the world, which has very high reputation for top quality when it comes to processors. So it is made by the top fab in the world, and therefore you get very high reliability and power efficiency. So even the RAM, 32 GB RAM, for example, in the Core 7 is actually integrated onto the processor. And therefore, what you get is top-level graphics, top-level RAM processing, LPDDR5X RAM. You get great CPU, NPU performance, and you get very low power consumption. So therefore, on a single, if we just have to put it on a video playback, P5 delivers a video playback continuously for 28 hours. So that is the kind of battery performance that you get in it. So what we are talking about is the 3 AI engine architecture out here, which gives you very high performance. At the same time, you get very good battery life. Also, what we've done is on this particular product, we have built in dual SSD capability. So you get dual Gen 4 SSD capability, and therefore you can actually even, if you want, you can also do RAID 1 functionality, where you can have a backup of data, or you can expand the storage. So essentially, you can take the storage expandability easily up to 2 TB. And when it comes to the display on this particular product, we've got 2.5K 144 Hertz display, okay, with, of course, like IPS capability and 100% sRGB color gamut. So we've got a brilliant display, which is again 16:10 aspect ratio. So when you open Excel, you get like 4 or 5 more rows to use easily. Of course, Dolby Atmos premium sound and 63 watt-hour battery, which really gives you very long battery life. Now, also some very cool incremental stuff that we are bringing possibly this is first time tech coming on such kind of products, is that you will see this product has 2 Thunderbolt ports. Okay, if I probably zoom in, and you can see here there are 2 Thunderbolt ports and an HDMI port. So of course you can do 3 display outs, but we are also bringing in new technology which is called variable charging. So with variable charging, what will happen is that you can actually charge this laptop, okay, with a normal mobile power bank or your normal car charger, or while you're traveling in the aircraft, you can charge this laptop with the aircraft charger, which is there in the seat, where you have Type A to Type C functionality. So that's another game-changing feature, that we bring, to this particular product and the future range, that is coming in from ASUS. Of course, like when it comes to durability, each of our products, like this year, the hinge is actually tested for 50,000 times. So if you are a user, and please think about it a bit, like I'm sure you will not open and close your laptop for more than 10 times a day. And this is a 180-degree hinge tested for 50,000 times open and close continuous cycles, which means if you were to do the math, then on an average, people do not work more than 250 days a year. So 250 days a year, maximum you'll open and close the hinge 2,500 times a year. The product has been tested for 20 years of hinge usage. Okay, and the pressure test that it can take on the A part is about 25 to 30 kg, and both sides it's about 50 kg. The keys are tested for 1 crore. Key presses rate, 66 cc spill resistance. So you got very high, durability that actually we built into this particular product. And when it comes to security, again, we've got an NIST SP800-155. So it's a self-healing BIOS, okay, which we've actually built in as a function on this particular product. So this is our AI PC. Now, what I want to do is I want to request Rohit, to kind of take you through the application. So we'll go to other AI PCs. We'll quickly cover the hardware. I just wanted to give you a perspective of this. But before we go to other hardware level discussions, I want to let Rohit explain more on the application side of the AI first, and then we'll go to more hardware. So over to Rohit.
Sure, Dinesh. Thanks for the preamble on the P5. And not just AI hardware, you also need AI software to take benefit of that AI hardware. And then Apart from Microsoft, obviously we are actually giving you a Copilot Plus experience. Standard Copilot is just your AI assistant that connects to ChatGPT, and then that's about it. But then Copilot Plus actually builds more into functions on AI on several different parts of Windows. For example, Paint, you have ChatGPT itself, and then all other things. Even settings has its own set of AI markup features. But then apart from that, what is ASUS doing? So the answer is something called as ASUS AI Expert Meet. And this is a meeting tool. It's not an AI assistant. It's assistant for sure. But then in the way it works, it actually leverages AI intelligence on, and then that's processed on the machine, and nothing goes on the internet. And it is also one of the softwares that is like completely free, no hidden costs, no subscription. Every feature is available and functioning on your machine. And this completely takes benefit of the new Lunar Lake architecture, which actually supports high bandwidth AI processing on the device. So what this does is a couple of things: meeting summary, transcript, translation. I mean, to read it, it's easy. But then apart from that, we also enhance the user functions. Let's say audio optimizer. This will actually have better noise cancellation, better scope of noise cancellation. AI cameras. Cameras are improved to match the user's environment. Like it will boost brightness and all those sort of things. Those are actually available on our lower end cameras, lower end products also, non-AI PC products, but then we've always had them in the past. This just brings it mainline and mainstream, and also something called as watermark. So just to expand more on what's ExpertBook going to offer on the AI side of things. So you have the major thing is AI minute meetings. So let's say running a Google meeting like this meeting, and then you want to have everything transcribed in a manner that is detailed on how many users and what are the users saying. So what you can do is you can run this tool side by side, or even record the audio. Let's say the Teams lets you record the audio. You take the audio, you can feed it to this application, or you can have it run side by side. While it is running, it will actually sense how many speakers are actually speaking. And once the meeting minutes are complete, it will actually transcribe everything and also provide you with a meeting summary. So it'll actually listen and intelligently make out, okay, what was the conversation about, and it'll actually create a short summary for you. And then that's just copy paste into any other, let's say if you want to put up minutes of the meeting kind of an email, like this thing just gets you everything sorted in one go. And the idea is no diary and pen needed, and even if you've missed something, this is there, transcribing all of those points. So it'll actually make points on unique speakers and actually summarize your content also. AI translation, this is similar to Windows live caption, but then what Windows doesn't do is like it will not allow you floating window. It'll actually occupy a fixed space on your screen, and that actually cuts into the productivity screen parts of it. Not a lot of language options, but then we support up to top 8 global languages. Local languages we are trying to, let's say, expand later on, but then currently this is a world level application, so top 8 world languages. And it'll actually listen to what's on your microphone and what's coming out from your speakers, and it can do both at the same time. Windows live caption has a problem with doing one at a time, so this is a benefit over that. And then you also have, let's say, a scenario where like people are introducing a person who's always on the call. Introduction is only like those first 10 seconds, right? And then people are joining after that. People don't tend to know who's talking or what's he like or what's his, let's say, job description. So this is a feature that allows you to have a watermark on your camera feed. And then you can actually design a context card with a QR code even. And you can change colors with it. And also, apart from that, like most of the time, us in ASUS, like especially me, talking to stakeholders, like who's getting to know world's first technology, usually that's confidential in nature. So we have a screen watermark. Usually what I used to do is put it on the PowerPoint presentation, and that's kind of tedious. You have to work with all the slides. You have to go into Microsoft PowerPoint and do that. So what I can do instead is actually have an overlay on the screen across as a global feature, and then have a watermark set across the screen on whatever you show. It's not just the slides or anything, it's everything that you show on that call with this enabled. So this has been watermark. And then the benefit of this is that it's not just limited to the P5, it's also across our other PCs that have made the 14 generations of it. Yeah. And back to Dinesh.
Yeah, thanks Rohit. So coming to the rest of the range, so we are also bringing in the similar kind of functionality. So basically here we are talking about our So let's say, P5 is among the flagship AI PCs. And then we've got ExpertBook B5, which is in the premium segment, full metal body again, lightweight form factor, touch, non-touch options available into this. And here again, you've got similar kind of capabilities. So up to 64 GB DDR5 RAM expandable, dual PCIe SSDs. Same kind of durability functionalities that I spoke about, 30 kg pressure test, 50,000 hinge open close. Again, when we're looking at display, it is actually WQXGA display, which is again FHD plus with IPS anti-glare touch panel. So every single product of ours, now which is coming in the ExpertBook series, we are moving to IPS displays as a standard. We don't want to, stick to TN displays of the past. So everything is FHD plus, and everything is moving towards IPS. Also here on the touchscreen side, we've of course, got the stylus support as well. And then we've got full-sized modern ports. So all our products come with RJ45 port that you can see out here, for example, which is full RJ45 port. And then we've got multiple, Thunderbolt ports, HDMI port, 3.5mm jack, every single port that you would want. You'll never have any compromises on ports in our product. Great sound quality and camera quality again. So you can see here, just the full perspective of the kind of ports that ASUS offers on the Expert series, along with the kind of durability standards, that I spoke about. So when it comes to ports, you will not find any compromise, on the products. So that is something that is essential. Then we have the next product, which is ASUS ExpertBook B3. So this is a more mainstream product. Again, with the same kind of durability standards that we were talking about, same kind of expandability, whether it comes to RAM, which is dual SOD, SODIMM RAM. Again, you've got Gen 4 SSD capability support. Again, you've got up to Core 7 processors. So both B5 and P5 come with both 13 Gen and 14 Gen processors. So whether you want, let's say, a non-AI PC also, so we've got, again, non-AI PC option, but you can go for the AI PC option with the 14 Gen processors, having 11 TOPS capability on the processor side. And again, AI Expert Meet solution would be there on all the 14 Gen processor models and the Lunar Lake model by default built into the product wherever you're going with the product with the OS. So that's very important. And again, here we've got, battery life is one of the most important things. So both in P5 and B5, we've actually built in a 63 watt battery. And here we can offer both a 50 watt battery, which is again, which will give you on a 13 Gen also very good battery output of more than 7-8 hours easily of usage. And if you go for a 63 watt battery, then you'll get easily, more than 10 hours of battery usage. Of course, if you go for a larger battery, the weight goes up a little bit more, but again, then it depends upon the user if you want great battery life. And again, on on the 13 Gen, you've got support for Iris Xe graphics. So if you go for dual DIMM combination, like dual RAM combination, you can get Iris Xe graphics activated on i5 and i7. And on your 14 Gen, you've got the Intel Arc graphics support, which is again 2 GB VRAM plus equivalent graphic card on the support. So you get great, graphical performance as compared to the past. And again, on B3 as well, you can see same kind of, very strong ecosystem of, support of ports, etc. So when it comes to durability, this is also tested for, 30,000 hinge open and close cycles, which is on a similar kind of a parameter, more than 12 years of usage. Pressure test on the lid is like 30 kgs. Very, very important, because when people are actually carrying the laptops in their backpack and they get pushed or jostled, in a bus or a train, you don't want the screens to break. And all the ASUS products, we come with minimum 25 kg pressure test on the lid. All the hinges are 180 degrees and tested for, minimum 30,000 times. As a result of which, hinge is one area which is totally addressed. Display breakage issue is totally addressed. And that's the kind of solid durability, that we actually pack in and give it on our products. And of course, on the security side, you can see TBM, Kensington lock, RJ45 port support, camera shutter, all those kind of essentials definitely being built in, including the self-healing BIOS functionality. And then, on the 13.5 Gen, we've got V9 OLED, which is a super lightweight laptop. meant for senior management. So this laptop gives, is just weighing about 1 kg. But when it comes to battery life, this gives you more than 10 hours of battery life. Again, comes with a beautiful, almost like bezel-less OLED display, which is again 16:10 aspect ratio, 2.8K OLED with 90 Hz fast refresh. And you can, of course, have on board up to 64 GB LPDDR5X RAM. It comes in straight away dual RAM combination also only, as a result of which your Iris Xe graphics is also activated. So you get, your ZBooks kind of performance. And to maintain very high performance in this particular product, we've got dual cooling fans in such a thin and lightweight form factor. And contrary to the perception that dual cooling fans might consume more battery, they actually consume lesser battery. It's ironical because what happens is the smaller fan functions most of the time when you're not doing high performance tasks and is actually more power efficient. And because the cooling is also faster, your performance levels remain at a very high performance level. So despite being super thin, super light laptop, a full metal body again, it is super durable again. He just tested for 50,000 times, pressure test of 28 kg, and the spill resistance on the keyboard of this particular laptop is astounding 400 cc of water. So you can literally pour like 80% of a half a liter Bisleri bottle onto this and it can still take that kind of liquid damage. And then there are some other cool functionalities like a numeric trackpad onto this, which are again really amazing. So what you can actually see out here, let me zoom in onto that. The numeric trackpad functionality out here, you can see this. So when you click at the edge, automatically the numeric trackpad would illuminate. And you can, by the way, key in numbers as well as use the trackpad simultaneously. So that's again a very cool part of this particular product. And ports wise, you can see it's got HDMI, 2 Thunderbolts. So again, you've got 3 display outs, you've got Kensington lock, Type A ports, you've got a micro HDMI, which is actually an RJ45 port, Ethernet port built into the product. You've got some advanced capabilities like IR cameras with proximity sensor. So you come and sit in front of the product, sense that you're sitting in front of the laptop, start the camera, scan your face, unlock. You get up from front of it, it knows that you kind of walked away. It will sense that you're not in front of the laptop and lock the screen. So that's the ExpertBook B9. And then for foldable touch, we've got the B5 series, which again comes with LPDDR5 RAM, dual storage, great FHD touchscreen display, 360-degree display, 63 watt hours of battery, again numeric trackpad functionality, and a garage stylus as well. So that's another important thing. You don't need to worry about carrying the stylus, and this garage stylus charges in about 15 seconds for 45 minutes of usage. So that's another cool part of it. Then we've got a 16-inch product, which is also ASUS ExpertBook B5. So for people who want a lightweight, large screen laptop, we've got the B5 6 series, and of course B3 and 13th gen. And for the essential segment, again, we've got the most durable product in the segment, which is the ASUS ExpertBook B1. 30,000 times hinge tested, 25 kg pressure test, very good quality cameras, very good quality sound. All the ports are super robust. And spill resistance again 66 cc, each key tested for 1 crore times. Type-C charging ports only. Okay, RAM expandability up to 48 GB and Gen 4 SSD. So again, even in the essential segment, the kind of product that you get is really feature loaded. And for India, we've kind of built in this functionality where you've got 2 heat sinks and a fan in the center so that it actually cools down the processor much better. You get very good performance even in conditions where there is no AC, and the battery life is much better because with dual heat sinks, the number of times that the fan has to operate is much lesser. So this was the entire, ExpertBook series range. Very quickly, I'll talk about the laptop, desktops, not get too much into it, but the most important thing that you need to understand about ASUS desktops is that they come with very, very reliable ASUS motherboard, which is world's #1 motherboard. And why is it so reliable is because of some of the most important reason is that we only use solid capacitors. The quality of components that we use on the motherboard is very, very superior. And to compare with some of the competition, like our motherboards have almost 7x life at a 65-degree operating temperature. So let's say normal motherboards would last for about 3 years. This would comparably last for 22 years. So that's the kind of durability. So we've got all kind of form factors, medium tower, small form factor. The good part is even in a small form factor, You've got great expandability. You get up to 64 GB of RAM. You can actually put in 2 disks, so you can put in dual SSD. You can also put in your HDD hard disk drive, and it also supports up to 2 hard disk drive. So really lot of expandability even in a small form factor. And then we've got a full range of Chromebooks, which are touch screen with 360 flip, full metal body, top end models, to like Chromebook Plus models, like with touch, without touch, and then again 14-inch essential models, with Celeron processor, 8 GB, 4 GB. So we've got a very wide range of enterprise class Chromebooks, even on the MediaTek processor. So we are actually India's #1 brand, when it comes to Chromebooks as well, even on the consumer side of the business. So that is something which is our key strength. Now let's move to very important two aspects. So we've spoken a lot about the products, but let's quickly go through the solutions that we offer. So whether it is allowing you to create custom images for ASUS products, so we've got ASUS Image Maker tool, and this is again supported free of cost. We don't charge for image making. We've got a centralized driver update package. So all the products will have their driver package downloadable option available on our website, which you can download and then push it to all your machines. In case if, let's say, some users, and these are some of the tools that we've created for India based on user feedback. So for example, Genpact wanted us to create a tool which can enable their employees sitting at remote locations to update specific drivers of specific components. So we created the driver command tool. Our customer LTM entry wanted to control the BIOS without maybe subscribing to a third-party service, and have advanced functionalities, for example, locking the BIOS, so that their IT engineers who travel abroad, they cannot put in a password and then later on they cannot actually use that particular machine. So we've created the ASUS configuration tool, okay, that enables us to effortlessly manage a lot of BIOS level customizations. We've got a hardware diagnostic tool in the BIOS that was created with the inputs of TCS. We've got ASUS Cloud Recovery option, ASUS Control Center, which is a device management tool, device management software. But this ASUS Control Center is chargeable because it's a subscription-based device management service. And for Windows, we've got autopilot compatibility. We've got very close partnership with Absolute, and we can enable device tracking, device remote locking and control at the BIOS level. And of course, we've got zero-touch enrollment capability even with Chromebooks. Now, lastly, let's talk about the most important topic, which is service. So hardware services fulfillment part solution. Very importantly, let's go to some of the key differentiators. So first of all, we are the only commercial brand whose call center operates from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. So we are available from Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on the call center support. All our notebooks, whether it is Windows-based or Chromebooks, they come with default international warranty free of cost. And it is seamless international warranty. You travel to whichever country, you don't need to worry about, okay, I need to transfer the warranty or not. It is actually inbuilt. When it comes to service packs, even we have battery packs which offer up to 5 years warranty. And when it comes to adapters, in our case, the adapter warranty is equal to the product warranty, which means if you have a 4-year warranty on a product, you don't need to worry that, okay, the adapter carries only 6 months or 1-year warranty, anything goes wrong with the adapter, then we have to pay ASUS. Your whatever product warranty you take, the adapter warranty would go along with that. When you extend the warranty, let's say with the warranty extension packs, the adapter warranty also gets extended. So the good part is you've got complete peace of mind and your total cost of ownership actually comes down. Now, when it comes to DOA, dead on arrivals, when you don't work on a Saturday, Sunday on bank holiday, why should we count those days? So we don't count Saturday, Sunday or bank holidays for dead on arrival, and therefore you get extended period of DOA. And coming to service, as I said, we cater to more than 13,700 PIN codes with on-site service. And when it comes to packs, everything, whether it's NBD service or warranty extension or local accidental damage protection, HDD, SDD retention or battery warranty, we offer everything on our desktops as well as laptops. Of course, battery not on desktops, up to 5 years. Our service in India, especially post we started our enterprise business about 3 years back, is completely ISO certified. And when it comes to large enterprise service, we have a model of service camp. So any company, with more than 1,000 employees, ASUS appoints a service account manager without any additional cost. So we provide the pro support free of cost. And then, we do a lot of work at our end, like mapping, proper service centers, buffering spare parts so that a TAT is further reduced and you get prioritized service from ASUS. We've got a detailed service guide, which covers all these aspects. Some of the new initiatives, that we have taken, and I'll just like to spend a minute, talking about it on service because those are new and probably not here. So one of that is essentially we've just launched warranty extension pack, so you can actually extend your warranty. So before your warranty expires, if you take a warranty extension pack, then in that particular scenario, right, your warranty just continues seamlessly. However, if by any chance it has expired, then within 90 days, you can actually extend your warranty again up to a period of 5 years. And the second initiative that we've taken on service, which I'm sure all of you would be quite delighted to hear. So can I ask a question now? So which is the most expensive part in out of warranty period? Like, let's say if something goes wrong with your laptop, which will be the most expensive part for which you'll have to pay in out of warranty period? Can anybody answer? Perfect. It's motherboard, right? And like when you actually go to replace the motherboard, it costs a lot of money. So we are coming up with this new initiative, which we're launching this month, and we'll make the announcement today, tomorrow, which is called the ASUS Green Motherboard Initiative. What we will allow you to do is you can bring your old motherboard back. And if you don't have a customer-induced damage, that means your motherboard has not been damaged physically or there's any kind of water damage on it, we would take that old motherboard back and give you a replacement motherboard at a standard price of only rupees 18,000. So as a result of which, what will happen is that even in the post-warranty period, when you're using the product, and let's say if anything were to go wrong with the motherboard, you can be rest assured that ASUS is there to take care of it at a very, very reasonable price. And we've kept this as a standard price, whether you give us an i3, i5 or i7 motherboard, we will simply charge you 18,000 and give you a replacement motherboard. So that's what we are again launching. Very, very, that's what I said, even when it comes to service, we are treating it with design thinking and trying to see, how can we kind of bring the best possible service experience in the market for our customers. So that is about it, what I wanted to, cover. I've tried my best to be very fast and cover a lot of aspects that we wanted to cover. So over to Sohail. Sohail, thank you very much for organizing this session. So any questions, we are open to answer.
Right. Thank you so much, Dinesh. For everybody's knowledge, Dinesh has a few more engagements. There's some launch of ASUS AIOS also. So thank you very much for taking the time out for this session. And I think the products which you displayed were amazing, especially the ASUS ExpertBook P5 is just amazing. And thanks for giving us a preamble of that. Okay. Now we are open to questions. So if anyone have any questions, you can just unmute and ask the question, and we'll be able to answer that. So any questions, or you can also put it in chat. Whatever suits you. So what we saw is, everything about technology and why we call ASUS laptops as Copilot Plus.
So if there's a question on the price range of products tentatively, I think you'll be the right person to answer this.
Price range of product tentatively. Okay, this basically depends on which prices. So probably which product you're talking about. So depending upon the product you're interested in. So what we are planning to do as next steps is that each one of you attending the session, we're going to plan and come to your office and give you a demo for a few of the products. So our team will contact you and discuss about which particular whether you're interested in B1, B5, B9, right? P5. So basically, based on your requirement, we will arrange those kind of models. We'll come and give you a demo of that, and based on that, we will share pricing. But be rest assured that the prices are very cost effective and compared to anyone in this industry. Okay, if, take all the majors, ASUS prices will be cost effective for you on this. So we'll come to you on that, right?
As Sohail rightly mentioned, I'm sure you'll always see ASUS providing you a higher delivered value, compared to what you might be already using. Yeah.
So the next question is there any chance ASUS laptop planning or could come under MII?
Excellent question. Thank you very much for asking this. I probably missed it out of my presentation. So very happy to confirm that, we've already announced partnership with some big local EMSs like Dixon. We are already in the process of setting up our production lines, and we are targeting to roll out our commercial laptops made in India by March, April timeframe 2025. So that's the kind of work that we are working upon right now.
Any other questions? In fact, we did not have the time to actually show the actual products to you, the laptops. If you see the laptops, you will be amazed. And we'll try to do that when we meet you guys. And we'll show those laptops to you, the kind of flexibility these laptops has, the hinges like he talked about. Dinesh talked about those also. It can be open to 180 degrees. So I have seen it myself, and I'm sure in the next month to come, we'll be able to show you this amazing products of ASUS. Any specific questions other than this regarding maybe warranty, service, anything you want to ask, you can please feel free to ask the question.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Avinash. Deeply appreciate that.
So if there are no other questions, I think we can conclude, and would like to thank Dinesh and Rohit once again for taking time off for the session, and thank you all for attending the webinar. We'll definitely send you a link of this webinar on your mails to go through it, right? Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks, Dinesh.
Thank you so much, everybody. Deeply appreciate. Thanks a lot, Sohail, for organizing this and making this happen. Really appreciate that.